Well, hello and welcome back, Funky Doodlers. My name is Kieran Siemens. This is my little inky world where all of this magic happens. And today we're going to get into another lesson. Today we are going to get into something a bit smaller, a bit more simple. We have done the dinosaur and such. And we're going to try and get into something that's a little bit smaller. We're going to try the bee, and we're going to try and put a bit of character into it, and we're going to explore some of the possibilities and some of the positivities of having a small character. So, are you ready for some funky doodling? Let's do it. Okay, so we're going to get into the bee, and the bee is going to be a rather simple, rather limiting at first view. Okay, so we start to think about a bee. A bee is quite a small, let's get in there and draw a nice big round shape in any form you wish. You can do an oval, you can do it, you can do a round ball or whichever you want, and we're going to add a body, which is basically going to be another big kind of egg on top. You can see that quite clearly, and that is going to give us something to work from. And the way that we are approaching this is the simple form that most people would think of. A bee is a fat body and a small head. So we are going to work on some variations of that. Now, some of the beauty of that, it's a simple character. But you can add so much to it. You can bring so much to his character to make him more charming, make him more excitable, really. So instead of the simple head being something straight and simple, like that, we are going to tilt this line, this central line. We're going to tilt it, giving him a little bit more of a kind of being like a soldier, being stiff, and being something a little bit more cute and pleasant. So I'm going to attempt to kind of give him a nice tilt on his head. And right in the middle, I'm going to do, doesn't have to be right exactly in the middle, but just wherever you feel it works for your face. We can do another big round circle, and we can do a nice little nose. And if you want to, you can kind of shade it in a little bit, give it a nice red nose. And what we're going to build on there, we're going to build on some of these qualities that will make him a very bee styled character. Okay, we're going to make him into, we're going to give him some little round eyes, and this will give us, and again, whatever size you want to do, whatever you want to do, big one, small ones, doesn't matter. And from that, we're going to give him a rather large smile, and what that simply will give us is it will give us this feeling of this character being quite a sweet character. And the tilt on the head will also help. Again, by raising the eyebrows. Again, we're just doing a C shape here. By raising those eyebrows, kind of gives us that kind of gentle tilt, very pleasant, relaxed face. And for the around the face, you could give it a little bit of a furry feel, because bees are quite hairy and bees, or you could just keep it smooth. And for the moment, I think I'm just going to keep it nice and smooth. Now, you can start to think about your character and think about what additions you would like to have for this face. Would you like to give him some hair? Would it be nice if you gave him a little three-pronged tuft of hair at the top. And again, with something like hair, it's quite common to see people drawing something jig-jaggedy like that. And the beautiful trick, the kind of Disney trick, if you wish, if you look at a lot of the Disney characters, they will have one that is like that, and you'll have one that's a little bit more kind of thicker and bent, and then you'll have something a little bit smaller. And the three variations of that hair, and again, if you were to add an additional one there, you could do something nice and small there, and it will give that character a nice kind of natural feel to it by varying the points on the hair. Okay, it's a very, very good habit to get into, and you will naturally, as you can see there, I've done a small hair, I've done quite a thick hair, and then I've done a long thin hair underneath. And that gives, again, if you want to shade it in, it gives you a nice variation on your shaded character. It gives a nice natural feel to it. So I'm going to try and get into this spiraling, well, it doesn't have to be a spiral, they've got long kind of antennas, and you could do antennas like that, or you could do antennas a little bit wobbly like that. And I kind of like the spring type of feeling, that kind of springs coming off his head. It kind of gives him quite a nice, and all we're doing is we're going round and round and round and round, okay? And this one will do the opposite direction. We'll go round and round and round and round, and we'll stop. And again, by them having the two different variations, the two different directions, it also adds a lot of sweetness to his character. And on the end of the antenna, we can put a nice little ball. And again, if you wish, you can shade that in nice and gently. Is that coming through? Hopefully that's coming through. Now, what you can do from that is a variation. That is a head that you can change anything. You make a smaller nose, you could make a big toothy smile, you could do anything you want. Now we're going to try and give him some bee-like limbs, and we're just going to draw a couple of lines coming out, and that will give us a very thin, natural view. It'll be the arms on the side, so he has, and again, you could vary one arm, you could bend one arm, you could straighten one arm, and beneath that, as you're coming down onto the base of the character, the middle of the base there is going to have some feet, and we're going to take that angle. If you see that there is an angle, we're going to repeat the opposite angle almost like that, and it will give you that feeling of him bending his hips to have a nice standing pose. And I'm going to draw like little sausages coming down there. And again, what's that doing? That is giving us this feeling of him kind of standing at a pose and tilting his head like he's a very gentle, caring person. Feet, well, just imagine what you would think a bee would wear. Would he wear some shoes? Why not? So I'm going to draw some shoes, and then I'm going to get my ink pen, I'm going to get my brush, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to darken some things up. I'm going to darken up around his face, and I'm going to darken up his smile, which is just a big kind of C shape. And you could even open that mouth a little bit more. And you could give him some teeth. And just by these simple variations, the character changes a lot. So just going on around on the circle, we are going to darken up that nose, finishing off darkening around the edge of the head, which gives us a lovely, lovely, sweet character. You can almost imagine, I don't know, if I put some dirt on my finger, you could imagine he's got some little rosy cheeks coming in there, you see? You see what I'm kind of doing? I'm trying to give him some, and that's just from some charcoal on the, on the end of my finger. And it gives him that kind of flushed feeling. And as we did with the other character, you could try to think of maybe giving some hair. Does he have a haircut? Does he have? Or is these little tiny tufts of hair enough? And I think it's enough for now. So maybe underneath, maybe he's got a scarf. And again, looking at a scarf, you're trying to think of a shape. Maybe that's kind of like a rectangle, and then two kind of long sausages around his neck. So you could do that. You could draw one long sausage and one long sausage, and here you're just going to do a long kind of rectangle. Rectangle is like a long square. And we're just done a little difference there on the top, just to kind of give him that feeling that there's some bending here, there's some folds in the material. Do you see what I've done there? Kind of done like an M shape at the top. And that gives him a lovely, just an addition to his character. So your arms, I'm thinking that maybe these four arms are too similar. And wouldn't it be nice if we changed one to be the opposite direction? So we changed one to be something like that. So he's got his hands are down here, and then this arm is up. And you could, as we've done before, you could draw a ball, a nice gentle ball, and then you can basically add some sausages, 1, 2, 3, just to keep that cartoon. And then on the other side you've got a nice thumb that will come up to join. And again, you can copy that across. If we do the body, bring the body around, and you're going to do a nice sausage shape. And I'm trying to make the character as simple as possible here, just to give some kind of examples of variation. And again, we are going to draw a nice kind of little ball with a thumb, and with 1, 2, 3 sausages. Don't worry if the fingers aren't the same, doesn't matter, okay? You will build this up, just enjoy the process at the moment, and it will build. Over time you will get much better at it. So let's just bring our body around, and again we're starting to get some nice kind of feeling there. And we'll practice again. We'll do that long kind of sausage arm. We'll give a nice thumb on a ball hand. 1, 2, 3. And already we're starting to build a character for this very simple character. Again, we're going to add a little ball on the end of his hand, and we will put our fingers 1, 2, and 3. So the one thing that instantly strikes me is that he's missing his stripes on his body. So let's get in and just draw a couple of stripes, as many as you wish to draw. Okay, we're going to take one from this side and we're going to curve it around and curve it around and curve it around and curve it around and curve that around. So as you're going through, you will start to see, where's my pen? You will start to see that we've got, this one would be black, and this one will be yellow, and this one will be black. Just check my camera is working. Indeed it is. And then colouring that in there just to finish it off. So that gives us a very simple, very delightful type of character straight away. And we can draw his big long kind of sausage legs. Don't worry if they're not perfect. Don't worry if they're not even. And we're going to draw his big egg-shaped shoes. Now if you want to do some small decorations to add detail to the shoes, you could draw a line like that, and you could do some little crosses on the top like that, so it's like his shoelaces. Just simple, just to give it some feeling, some character. And again, we're doing another leg. You can see there's some small differences there between the leg, and that's fine. That's really okay at this point. If you like drawing this character, then you can end up drawing this character many times, and you'll get better and better as you go. And again, we'll just draw the shoelaces on top. And there you have a very, very simple character. So what usually happens is you'll take these drawings to somebody, and then somebody will say, well, he's far too fat. Oh, we've got his wings. Let's just draw two big kind of circles on the back there. Coming around there, and coming around there, and then we'll go, and that's his wings on his back. So if somebody comes to you and somebody says, well, you know, look, he's too fat, I want him to be taller, I want her to be thinner, then for you got to take that on and start to analyze about how can you draw your character. Okay, so I need to draw a thinner character. Okay, so let's draw a thinner body. Let's draw a big kind of hot dog of a body. Let's draw him like that, and we'll give him a smaller head. So we'll give him a head that's about the same size as the width of his body, and maybe we'll kind of give him an expression. What kind of expression would you want? Okay, maybe we'll make him a little bit more kind of, maybe we'll give him a long nose, like a, let's just draw a line down the middle there just to give us a guide, and maybe we'll give him a long thin nose, like a sausage shaped nose. And maybe we will make him a little bit of an angry bee. So we'll bring that eyebrow down like and we'll draw the mouth. Maybe we'll just draw it as like a triangle, like that, so we can put some teeth in it later on. Okay. Now already there we're changing some very simple shapes. We've, instead of the happy eyebrows this way, we've done an angry eyebrow this way. Instead of a round nose, we've done a sausage shaped nose. Instead of a nice C-shaped smile, we've done that kind of triangle shaped mouth. And we'll just put in some eyes like that. Don't forget his wings, so let's draw some, I can't remember if they have 2 wings or 4 wings. Let's give this guy 4 wings, okay? Let's give him another set of wings there like that. And we're going to give him some long, thin legs, okay? And we're going to bend them at the knee. So it will be a sausage shape, and a sausage shape, and a sausage shape, and a sausage shape. And for his arms, let's be a little bit different with this one. The bottom 2 arms, we're going to just have them hang down. And then the top 2 arms, we're going to have them up kind of like he's ready to fight, okay? Or he's angry about something. So straight sausage shape down, sausage shape out, sausage shape out, and let's put a big kind of ball on the end. And there's our basic of that character. He's very, very light. Let's just darken that up a little bit. And we'll draw his wings. I'm just darkening up these very basic, simple shapes that we have done. Nice big sausage shaped body. And then we will draw some long arms that just hang down like that. Okay, let's draw the other hand back there. And that's his sausage shaped legs. And again, these are just basic shapes, okay? And from the basic shapes, it's very easy then for you to build onto. So, we're going to start with the nose, okay? Just get some ink on my pen. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw a very long sausage shaped nose. Like that. And just keep it fun. Just keep whatever you feel the character is going to be. If you don't want him to be angry, you could draw him being very happy. And I'm just trying to show you some variations. And here we're just drawing a line in the middle of that triangle, and then we're going to come down straight with some teeth. Okay? And again, what this is doing is it's giving our mind variations. It's giving us our mind a way to practice. In our sketchbooks, this is the type of thing that we should be working out. And we are going to draw some little eyes. And then we're going to try and draw a big angry eyebrow. To give him a couple of little wrinkles there, show his anger. And again, we are going to try and draw a nice round head. Which is very simple, very clean, clear. And we've got these kind of antennas to do. And should we add some hair? This guy's got some hair. What about if we give him some curly hair, like we did on the dinosaur? Give him some little squiggly, wriggly, scribble hair. So he's got like something like that. So, as on this one, we did the kind of spring type of antenna, which was this. Maybe on this one we'll do some straight, just again to vary that character, just again to make them so different. And especially like if in the story this was the good guy, this was the bad guy, it would make them look very, very different straight away. And we're going to draw some long antennas up like that. And then at the end, we're going to draw a big ball at the end. So again, changing that character, changing the mood, changing the expression, changing those simple shapes. And it really does work very, very, very nicely in helping our characters. So here we've got a nice scarf. Should we put something around his neck? Maybe we could give him a dicky bow tie. Maybe we could give him some collars. Maybe it's just fine. So let's just leave it simple. And we're just going to draw all the way around his body. Okay, so maybe this is a bee and maybe this is a wasp. And a wasp is usually a little bit more angry and a little bit more with a sting. So we could add a very nice triangle to the back of him, right down near his bottom. And that would give us a very sting, you know. Maybe we could even put some lines across it, just to make it look like it's menacing, dangerous. And there's his sting on the back of his bottom. So the idea that we have now built him into a wasp, that kind of gives us more kind of angry, kind of agitated. So instead of maybe these nice smooth lines, maybe we could just go a jig-jag like this. And again, jig-jag, making some space for his arm. And again, jig-jag across his body. And this changes the whole character and the whole detail to this character. And in a way, although we're still at that very simple stage, we're still at the very basics of basically drawing a ball and sausages and then we're adding detail to it. We're still at that very powerful stage. We're still at that very strong stage where we're creating these characters out of very, very basic things. So let's put the arm. So we're going to draw his little sausage arm like that. Making sure my camera's still running. Indeed it is. We'll draw the other arm. And maybe with this we're going to draw an angry fist. So I'm just going to draw that like everything is just like circle around, circle around, circle around. And that kind of gives us that nice kind of fist feeling, you know. It's kind of like you got a circle for his thumb, a circle for his finger. You got a circle going in, a circle going in, and then a circle in the middle there. Let's show you that again. Well, this side will be showing the other side, so we'll be showing this side. But I'll explain it. There's his thumb. And it's just like a swirl. And then we're going to draw another kind of sausage shape there for his finger. And then another sausage for his finger. And then another sausage for his finger. And then his hand. So there's an angry little wasp. So again, we've got the round wings keeping him nice and soft, but he's got 4 wings, so it kind of makes him look a little bit more angry. So let's just draw those on. And that's the wings behind. And then again, you could kind of take your pen and you could shade those in a little bit so they look like they're behind the other one. Now, as you're drawing these characters, you will build on more and more detail. So the sausage down for this arm. Sausage down for this arm. And then we'll draw some fingers. 1, 2, 3, all the way around. And then we'll draw the thumb underneath like that. Okay? 1, 2, 3, and a thumb. And that again shows his, because they have 6 arms. And the leg, we're going to do sausage out, sausage down, sausage out, sausage down. And that will give us the legs. And again, we're kind of keeping the balance here between the feet and where the head is, so that we have a character that is almost in balance with his feet. Okay, so you've got the head, the body to the bottom, to the legs, to his feet. So you're kind of balancing that character as you're drawing him. The same way here, the feet and the head are pretty much, if the hips are out, as long as the head and the feet are there, it should look okay. And we're going to give him nice, long, sharp, triangle type feet here. There's a nice triangle shape for you. Up, down, and then back. And that is our character. Now, again, we're just going to do one slight variation on that. That if he didn't really want it to be standing, he wanted it to be flying. Well, maybe you could do something in between the two. Maybe you could do it from the side. Let's draw a nice side one. Now let's just start the body off as a little bit of like a piece of orange. You know, you pull off those segments of orange, so it's round on this side and then straight across the top. So let's just try and draw that. So that's our piece of orange kind of shape there. And we'll draw a nice head, a nice ball there for the head. And we'll draw a nice small nose. And again, we'll draw another kind of big kind of slice of orange for his smile. We'll draw that kind of C shape and then a bigger C shape there. So we got a very big smile. And we will do some little happy eyes. And again, we'll do some small wings this time. We'll do some nice small wings. I can't remember if they have one wing or two wings, but that's our wing behind. And again, we're just drawing kind of like egg shapes there. And that's our body coming round. Okay, so the legs will all just hang down. 1, 2, 3. And the other 3 will be behind, so you do them a little bit further away. Like that. And it will look like he's flying. Okay? So what we need to do is we need to get our darker pen, and then we need to go over those thoughts. And we're going to start off with that big smile. We're going to do a nice kind of big C shape there. And then the same underneath. And what this is doing is giving us 3 variations of the character. Of using basic shapes to draw a bee. And there we have lovely teeth, and we'll draw a line right through the middle of it to give him a lovely smile. Again, for the nose, making sure he's got a nice nose. I made a little bit of a mess there, so he's got a black nose. He's got his little eyes, and he's got happy little eyebrows. And we're going to do the same kind of spring, because it looks nicer when he's kind of flying. So we do a nice spring, and we put a ball at the end. Do a nice spring. We do a ball at the end, and it kind of looks like he's flying. Again, we're just going to draw the head. And again, we can do anything that we want. We could add some hair to him. We could add a hat to him. We could do pretty much anything that we wanted to do there. So let's go to the wings. We're going to go up and around. Those kind of egg shaped. Like that. And again, what we are going to do is we're going to look at our design here and think, well, I quite like that little stinger that he had. I like that little element, that little kind of busy bee but be careful type of thing. But I also liked his kind of stripes, which made him kind of look quite plump. So we're going to draw the body. Check the cameras. Okay. And we're going to keep that coming down. Just going to leave that part with the legs for the moment. And at this part, at the end of his tail, at the end of his bottom, we are going to add a nice little kind of spiky bee tail, just to add to his character. And again, that's picking off little elements of what we've already drawn, what we liked doing, what we felt good about, what made the character look interesting and exciting. And you know, we're going to go down with the sausage shaped arms, just long, straight, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3 with the fingers. Down, 1, 2, 3. And don't worry if I'm going too fast, you can run the video back and go back and run it back and go back. You can run this back as many times as you want until you find where you want. So there we are, coming down, 1, 2, 3, and then back up, and then 1, 2, 3, and back up, 1, 2, 3, and back up, and 1, 2, 3, and back up. So we can finish those lines under the belly, now that we've got the arms in there. And we've got this lovely feeling of this bee that's flying away. So we have the straight lines and we have the jiggity jaggedy lines. So let's just try a nice wavy line. Let's just try a nice kind of wavy, soft line on this character. And I think that gives him a nice, simple, calm feeling. And there we have 3 very different bee characters, taking a lot of the elements of the wings, the antennas, the stripes, maybe the little pointy bit on his bottom, some of these elements, and then reusing these elements with different shapes, different proportions, to come up with different characters with different moods and expressions. And then, like with something like this, you could add some nice little clouds, just going round and round like that, and it will give you the feeling that this little bee is flying happily along. So there's 3 very clear examples for my funky doodlers. And please play around with some of these shapes, some of the proportions. Do you like him long? Do you like him short? Do you like him fat? Do you like him thin? Do you like him wearing a hat or having hair? Or you can play around with these in your sketchbook and you could really develop something really, really amazing. The more you're playing with that one character, you could play around in lots of different dimensions. So, how did you do today? How did you do with your funky doodling? Did you feel you were a bit squishy banana? Was it difficult? Was it? Or was it kind of like cool banana, a cool pizza? You were kind of like, yeah, not bad, not bad. I think I've got the hang of it. Or were you funky chicken and you were like rocking it all the way through? Do let me know. Do send me a message. I would love to hear from you. I'd love to hear from what part of the world you are from. I would love to know how you did tonight. I would love to know how you feel about tonight's little examples of drawing. I would love to know everything and anything you wish to tell me. But please let me know how you got on with the drawing and what kind of level you feel you are, and what maybe even what you would like to see next. Now there's interesting. You could write and tell me next time let's do this. And then we can see if we could do it. Okay? Thank you very much. Thank you for joining in with our little sketch session. And keep sketching in your sketchbooks. Keep practicing. Keep practicing those shapes as well. Alright? And I will see you again very, very, very soon. Thank you, Funky Doodlers. See you very soon. Bye-bye.